Welcome to Orlando, Florida, and the campus of UCF. The Knights are ready to rock an FBC Mortgage Stadium, already bouncing as these fans have been preparing since early this morning. Today, a couple of squads here to square off in a Big 12 showdown. As we'll see, the Texas Tech Red Raiders taking on the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Red Raiders will boot it away to start the game. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Looking for a productive play on first down. Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On first down, here comes this offense. He'll ride his man on the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So he gets stuffed on first down, and now you have the offensive coordinator thinking a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to throw it now in this second play. But what are we going to see defensively? Now that they know we're throwing, might they blitz us? Do I have to leave more guys in to block? There's a real cat and mouse game going on right now between these two coaching staffs.
Crosses the 30. Racing down the left side. The 10. Touchdown, UCF. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, and these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. You want to see quick strike ability? It was epitomized there. 2 plays, 80 yards, touchdown on the board. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the grab, it's Brooks. They stripped it out. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier, swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling under a massive fumble recovery.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication is going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make? Because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Running back goes in motion. On the run, it's Richardson. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. And he uses the stiff arm to push his way past the sticks and pick up the first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Now the pitch. Pushes and picks his way ahead for 6 yards. He's down at the 8.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Goes to the option. Obliterates him, still on the move. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Knights! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. Fair catch called for and made. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. They get you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Morton. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the back. He breaks a tackle. At the 45 on his way. And he's running in the open. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Red Raider.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7.
UCF 14, Texas Tech 7.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The option look. Got the first down and still on his feet. Flying out to the left. He's at the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, UCF!
If I'm a DC, I'm throwing my clothes. I'm throwing my hands up in the air. What do you want me to do? I mean, this is unbelievable. Having a guy this dynamic at the quarterback spot that can take it 50-plus and make it look that easy. You stop it.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Wide receiver shows motion. The give to the back. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And the Red Raiders will line it up on 1st and 10. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Oh, how did he make that move? And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Knights are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
Offensively, are you going to take 4 to 6 every play? Yes, please. Sign me up for that. I'm going to take that every single time. Great job by the offense. Staying patient, staying true to who they are. You want to run the football. You want to be physical. You want to establish yourself. Check, check, check.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Knights! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense has been physical. They came out in this game with a lot of pride and the ability up front and the belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
Is true, and the lead balloons to 21. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. He'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Caught in the backfield, it's Brooks. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Offense gets set for second down. Dropping back, it's Morton. It's complete to the left. Runs through the tackle. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Looking down the middle, and it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll sneak it. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
Hey, he looks short of that play, and the quarterback sneak is such an easy play, and you trust it because the quarterback gets the ball right away, but that defensive line was having none of it. Failed 4th down. Big-time stop for this defense.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. The run from the shotgun. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damage when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains, set your defense for positive situations down the road.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Red Raiders line up to punt it away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do.
Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
He's going to pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Now on 2nd down. Back to throw. It's Morton. Right down the middle. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
And what a drive this has been so far by the defense. Of course, they're in their own end of the field. They're sort of in that fringe area. They forced 2 straight incompletions. If they can force another one right here and make it really tough on their opponent to kick a field goal.
And, guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Absolute shank. Missed it. After the missed field goal, still down by 21 points, guys. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Ball security always paramount. That football must be riveted to your rib cage, Jesse, and it wasn't last time.
And look, he knows that that happens again. He's going to find himself on the sideline. So this is going to be a dude very motivated to make some plays on this drive, Dave.
Yeah, and I think it's frustrating, but you got to put it behind you. You got to move on. And this offense has to go through him anyways. You got to be able to run the football and have some balance.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Running back searching for a hole. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Quarterback will keep it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB-designed run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front. Guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. To the air, it's Morton. Shoots it to the left. A strike downfield. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it. Got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the tight end. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the 1st down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute throwing and running the football.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop? Down right now before the half. They can create some momentum on their side by getting a stop before the half.
Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be.
Flying down the left side. The 40. The 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, UCF!
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get to the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down.
All right, QB, I got to trust you, man. You already threw 1 pick. Now that one probably should have picked. You got to give me a reason to feel confident I can drop back and let you throw the football again, or else this leash maybe gets a little bit short. Maybe we start warming up the righty in the bullpen.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Morton. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a deep man. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass. Perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now.
This play works for one reason. You toss the ball quickly to the left, receivers have to block. Once that running back gets on the perimeter, you're going nowhere if those receivers aren't committed to getting on those DBs, locking on them, running their feet. That's not their first priority. I know they're going to catch the ball more than they're going to block. Nice job blocking on that toss.
On the move. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, 1st and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, this quarterback has tried to do some damage in this game with his feet. He just hasn't been able to. Just nowhere for him to go so far, and you saw it on that last play there.
Here comes the option. He'll toss it. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
Well, listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a second.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Huge deficit to start this 3rd quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah.
Reels it in down the left side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. And the Red Raiders are in the hurry-up. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Pulls it in. It's Brooks. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Brown wants to pass. Lets it fly. And he's got it inside the 35. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. How about picking up tough yards like that as he gets to the 22?
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, they went QB designed run, but there just was nowhere for their quarterback to go. It couldn't go outside, and there was just way too many bodies on the inside for him to get anything positive. They lose a yard.
Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. On the option. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Not a chance. Missed it. After the missed field goal, hey, could be worse. They're still up by 21.
35. Texas Tech 14.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. He'll start this drive firing. Pressure coming. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's 2nd down.
After the misfire, it's 2nd down. He'll try the left side. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. Makes a connection. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his possession.
That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. It seems so inviting to try to get the ball outside, but this defense is so fast you just end up running sideways.
And when you don't have any misdirection or something else to look at before you pitch that ball on the perimeter, a lot of times those guys can play even faster. They can see it right now. Those safeties fly.
The ball pops out. Oh, the offense very fortunate to fall on that football.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The Red Raiders will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. Oh, just left him flailing. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
A 3rd and long coming up here. They'll run the option. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
The incomplete pass leaves him with 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Morton. It's complete to the right. At the 35, he's open. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. And the Red Raiders headed quickly to the line.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Throws to the tight end. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it and you didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, you're doing a great job. Just keep your head up. Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Second down coming up. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. And the ball is free on the pitch. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. Great move. Now he's got room. Touchdown Knights! And the route is on.
Hey, that's not how you draw it up, but how about the offense and the awareness? You see the ball out, forget jumping on it. I'm going to pick that puppy up. I'm going to take it to the house. The OC, great call on that one, buddy, because it worked to perfection.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last play. Just plowing ahead. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which colored jerseys they're wearing? And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball's going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And these linebackers are flying around, and they like to bring the boom. What a great job playing physical, setting the tone, and letting them know, don't come over the middle of my field.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. On the option. Oh, there's always football on the bad pitch. Scoops it up, still a live ball. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the football.
Calls his own number. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start. and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
No good. Well, they missed the field goal. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Back to throw, it's Morton. This time it's complete.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did, after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Grab near the sticks. It's Douglas. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Lofts one deep down the right side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Going for 6. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this defense.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but into the plays when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in the 4th quarter game.
Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
Looks as if he's going to run it. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. And now on 2nd down for this offense. The give as they work on that clock. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming. The Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line.
Texas Tech offense will take over. First and 10.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Makes the grab. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend it.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, hats off to this defense and their ability to shut this guy down. He's one of the best receivers in all of college football. That was only his second catch of the game, and we're essentially in a 2-minute situation. They have risen to the challenge. They knew coming in they were going to have to limit him, but I don't know if they even thought they'd be able to do this good of a job.
The Red Raiders will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw it again. Snares it outside. It's Hudson. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing. PAT unit on the field. Right down the middle. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass.
21.
Maybe feeling a little better about things. Still a 21-point game as they're set to kick it off. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The offense lining up for a first down play. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just